He was savage. I'm listening to Marlo, and it got me thinking about how I used to see my parents growing up as a child. How I used to see my parents, and I used to look at them and I used to think, this whole life, this whole family is dry. The whole family is dry. There's no affection in the house. There's no love in the house. There's no sex in the house. I used to think, do my parents even have sex? Like, it's just like dry, angry, violence every day, bullying every day, anger, shame, bullying, witchcraft, watching witchcraft videos. I'm thinking, are my parents actually love making? Like, are they actually having sex? Sex like the 20th century. Sex like the future, the way like people were having sex. And then I don't know what the culture for sex was back in Nigeria at the time, for their generation specifically. Or for, I say generation. I don't know, for their area, for their town, for their street. But I'm watching Tiwa Savage, Marlo with Wizkid. And I'm thinking, I remember like there was times at like African parties or like just like in the town hall or whatever, if I saw an auntie, like a friend's parent, who was like a friend of the family, like auntie for something, I think I can tell that, okay, I'm looking at them thinking, are they having sex? Or I can tell that these parents are having sex. Or I used to look at them and think, it's like Bumi's mum and dad having sex. Is Bumi's mum having sex? Is Bumi's dad looks like he's having sex? Like, do they look happy? Like, do they look like they're like love making? Especially the aunties. I'm like, oh, it's like I don't know, like is Lyle's mum like having sex? I just need to think. I'm just like, it cannot be that I live in this family that is completely sexless and affectionless and just lifeless. That's just so completely dead. Can't be real what I'm seeing. It can't be four children in front of them and their family is like sexless and dry and shameful. No one has any real like conversation. No one has really real transparency about like life and things. No wonder there was so much autism in the house. No wonder autism was allowed to run rife because no one communicates. No one talks or explains anything. So anything that you are getting from the world or from life, you have to ask outside. You have to ask strangers before you can even ask anyone in your family. I didn't speak to my sisters about sex. You know that Lola and Titilayo, they never spoke to me about sex. I never spoke to my sisters about sex. They never discussed sex with me. Sex was always something I started to discuss when I was in college, when I was at CTK. That was when I started to talk about sex. Prior to that, before that, no one talked about sex. It was, you have your period, here's your period pad, and that's it. Here's your period pad, and even then, my eldest sister Lola, that's when Lola had to beg my mother to take me to the super drug because I was bleeding. What do you want her to do? Bleed in the knickers and bleed in the bed and bleed in the mattress and bleed on the sofa. Who's gonna take her to the shop to Superdrug to go and get menstrual pads? Are you gonna sit there and watch Jerry Springer all day while she's 12 years old and go all the way? And go all the way to Clapham Common to go to Superdrug to go and get pads. Go and get her a pad. Go and get her period gear. That was my mother, everybody. Completely absent and completely dead. This is what I'm talking about. Like, she's just not a normal person. How can your child start her period at 12 years old and you don't have the urgency the next day, the next morning to go and grab pad before she even wakes up? Before she even wakes up, I was shocked to wake up and saw that there was no pad next to my bed. I had to take her. I had to scream in the house, and I had to scream to Lola. I screamed to Lola and Tissy. So what am I gonna do? I'm 12 years old. I don't have any pad. Lola, oh, Lola, go, oh. Work, can you go and get her pad to Peju? Can you go and get her period pad? You just go and get her period pad. You just go and get her period pad. When are you gonna do this? Gonna do that? That was the house. That was the house that I grew up in. That was where I grew up as a girl. So all of this sexy, and celebrity that came from college. That came from us just getting older and being older. When I say this house is deranged.